morning, everybody. It's Shelly, creating Happy Mondays. If you are on YouTube, subscribe, hit the thumbs up. That you've shared, let me know that you shared, and I will offer you a reading or a coaching session. Okay, so today is Thursday. Happy Thursday. So Thursday, I talk about relationships, and I'm not just talking about romantic relationships or significant others. I'm talking about all your relationships. You have relationships with your family. That's how you start out, with mom and dad or caregivers. You graduate into schooling, preschool, elementary school, middle school, high school. You end up in with coworkers and spouses and children, and being an adult child of your parents, all that good stuff. It's all a big mix. Some of our lives start out great, some of our lives start out horrible. The only truth is, if you are an adult or someone who can think for themselves at this point in life, you have a choice to choose to be happy and choose to allow, tolerate, and choose the people in your life. Even as a high schooler, even as a middle schooler, even sometimes as an elementary schooler, you can make choices. You can go to the right people if people are not being good to you, blah, blah, blah. So the whole thing with other people and the law of attraction and bumping around in this physical world is that we all teach and learn from each other all the time. We're all teachers. We're all students. It happens throughout your life. You don't know everything. You can't know everything that everybody else knows. Everybody has their own experience. A good example of this, and I'm just going to put it out there, with the Black Lives Matter thing. When that all came out, I was like, well, all lives matter. Like, I get that Black Lives Matter, because I have never, I look at people and I see their race and I see their ethnicity, I see their clothes, I see their hairdo, I see how they live their life, what their car looks like. I see all of that stuff. Like, none of us can deny that. We see all of that stuff. But I judge people on who they are and how they treat other people. And so that's where I was coming across with All Lives Matter. And I've actually lost family members and friends over it. And I wasn't coming at it like, well, Black lives don't even matter. Of course, Black lives matter. And I get it. But I also have my own experience coming into that. And that needs to be recognized by the people around me. And if they don't recognize that, and they can't see it through my eyes too, and say, wait a minute, Shelly's not just being a jerk here. She's like, she has her own experience with this situation. So that has taught me a lot. Like, what's more important to people, how I actually treat them, or how they think I am based on something that I said when all this was going down. And I was like, well, I think that all lives matter. And honestly, I don't even think that all lives matter. I think all good lives matter. I think there are some people that are just not good people and should move on and come back again, or however you believe. I believe that we get to go join Source again, and then, collectively we choose to come back or have another experience, maybe on another world. I don't know. I just know that I learned a lot from that situation. I learned a lot about some other people in my life. I learned a lot about myself and how I feel about all of it, and a lot about our society. And I don't regret it. I mean, there's, I ended up unfriending one person, and if she's watching, I love you, and I wish that we could hang out together again, but it's in your court. But like, I unfriended her not because I didn't agree with what she was putting out on her Facebook, but because every time she put like it or comment on it, and she wouldn't like my comments like she used to. She never liked or commented on anything of mine. When I finally messaged her and said, hey, figure this out, because we gotta, I miss you. And she just came back at me with all these accusations. So I gave it a day or two, but I just kind of come back and explained myself, and she didn't respond. So it's like, what can I do? I'm not going to think the way everybody else thinks, and that's okay. And we learn from each other. So instead of just like, blocking people or being nasty with people, like, try to understand where they're coming from, and that is a huge learning experience. So when you put it into context like that, like, instead of taking everything so personal, like, my son's transgender, and I found out that Biden appointed, was it health, like the new health insurance person or whatever that's in, Washington, is transgender. Well, I think that's great, but I don't think that's a basis to hire somebody. The basis to hire somebody is the best qualified person, whether they're transgender or gay or black or white or purple or what, to me, a person, if they're qualified for the job, they should get the job, the place, whatever. So although I feel probably a little bit stronger than other people do about transgender, because my son is transgender and it's been a process, and I dug my feet in the sand, or dug my heels in and got drugged for a while on that one. And people are like, oh, you're so supportive, and I'm super supportive, but it was a huge learning experience. And I was raised to be open, and everybody should be able to be who they are. And as a parent, it was like, whoa, what do you mean you don't want that name? What do you mean you don't want that gender? Like, that, what? None of this makes sense to me. And I had to realize that none of it had to make sense for me. I just needed to be a mom and know that he needed to be happy. And so that's how it evolved. And it evolved with our whole family. And it was a process for all of us. It wasn't just a process for him. And I had to remind him of that a few times when he would get a little sassy about it. So anyways, we are all just bumping around. And then the kind of cool thing for me anyways, and I don't know what you believe, but the kind of cool thing is when we're done here, we get to go back to pure positive love. Like, I believe, even like I don't believe in hell. So if you believe in hell, that's totally your choice. I'm not here to change any minds, but I believe that we all get to go back to pure positive energy and decide if we want to have a physical experience again. I just do. That's what I believe. That's not what you have to believe, but it settles my conscience as far as like all the crazy stuff going on in the world. Like, there's all this crazy stuff going on in the world right now. We all know it. We're all living through it. It's January 21st, 22nd. Let me see. 21st. So a new president was inaugurated yesterday. Everybody thought it was going to be kind of crazy. I guess it did get crazy in Portland. I don't pay too much attention to it. But it was also Martin Luther King Day on Monday, and we watched a special on that, a documentary, and things were crazy back then, and people were getting shot, and people were getting, the police were being brutal. And I'm not saying any of that is okay. I'm just saying turmoil is constant. It's constantly happening. Chaos is happening, and out of that chaos comes change, and it's usually good change. And if it's not good change, it escalates until it becomes good change again, because we are all good people. We all start out with this loving, beautiful soul full of light and love. That's where we come from. So when you are dealing with other people that are frustrating you or irritating you, they're stuck in their ego, and so are you. Like, if you see them on a soul level, I'm getting a little bit too deep with this whole thing, but that's what the law of attraction is. It's recognizing that that person over there that you hate is just as passionate about what you're agreeing with, that they don't like, if that makes sense. Like, we all just have to come together and go, we all come from these different experiences. We all have these different opinions and stuff, but we all come from the same place, and we're all connected by that same place. We are all one. We really are. All religions, all races, all statuses, all, economic tiers, whatever. We all are from the same place. Some of us are stuck in ego, and some of us are getting closer and closer to our soul. So we are all here to teach and learn from each other. So take that for what it is in all relationships. What can you do to turn any relationship into a more positive relationship? Not what you can do to change them, or what you need from them to make it better for you, but what can you do to make it better for both of you? So that is my challenge. In any relationship, I don't care who it's with, what can you do to make it a better relationship for the two of you? What can you do to do that? What can you do to make it more positive? Okay, I am going to stop my rant now. my what do I call it? Babbling. I don't know. I kind of like my babbling, so I'm not sure if I like my hair today. I really just want to go get it all cut off. All of this up here, when I blow dry it, it gets straight. This is all super wavy, like the perms I got back in the 80s. If I got it cut like this short, I would just have wavy, like cute curly hair. Because all this for some reason is straight. What the heck? Is it because it's heavier? Okay, whatever. I can't. You guys have a great day. If you're on YouTube, please hit the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you share this video and comment that you have shared this video in the next few days, I will give you a free coaching session. I will offer you a free small tarot reading, whichever one you want. And that's it. Have a great day. Bye.